As far back as I can remember, I dreamt of a normal life. A life filled with normal things. A life where monsters don't live in closets or under the bed. A life where ghosts aren't real. I just wanted to be normal. But that didn't happen. It wasn't meant to be. Since my early 20s, I have experienced profound paranormal events that would change my life. Extreme poltergeist activity, living amongst those that have departed this earth in ways unimaginable. It has affected my loved ones and children with no end in sight. I could hear things, see things, and feel things not of this world. I asked myself if this was a gift or a curse. With the help of my mother and close friends, I emerged a paranormal investigator. Since 2013, I have been on a relentless journey to learn about the paranormal. This is my time to share my journey with you. Welcome to my paranormal soapbox. Hello and welcome to the My Paranormal Soapbox show. I'm your friendly neighborhood ghost hunter, Justin Byrne. I almost forgot what show it was. It's episode 68 tonight, my friends. We are going to be discussing doppelgangers. It's been a popular topic that our Patreon supporters have been voting on, but it hasn't won several weeks in a row. So we're going to make it a show tonight so we can get it out of the way. So we can suggest or submit other topics to have everyone vote on it that can vote on it. So thank you for joining us tonight. I see you all chiming in. A lot of our regulars, some new people I see, but thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to talk about weird stuff once again. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What about YouTube?
I'm ready.
YouTube girl's ready. Okay. You guys don't know how this show works. We want to hear your questions. We want to know your opinions. But you have to be patient. If you have a question or just want to chat, that's fine. We will, the chat moderators will read your questions and comments, and we'll get to them periodically throughout the show. And we'll try to get to everybody, address everybody. But we want to hear your feedback. We want to know your stories, your opinions, and everything. Please share the live stream. Please keep the chat classy, clean, be respectful. We'll be respectful back in return. So we're going to start this show off by learning a little bit of history about doppelgangers. But before I begin, if you want to be shouted out and be a part of this live stream, at least put something down like hi, yes. Very distorted. That's great. Was horrible. If you want to be shouted at, it looks fine on my phone. Really? Check YouTube. Sorry guys, this hasn't happened before. Okay, I do have a setting set on my encoder that if I get like a lag spike on my network, that it'll adjust the bit rate, so that might be what they were seeing. So if you see that, I'm sorry, but I'd rather do that than it drop frames. So if that looks like that's going to be an issue, then maybe I will just set it back to the way it was. So hopefully they won't do that anymore. Okay. Yeah, usually it looks pretty crisp, pretty good. But if everything looks okay now, then we should be fine. All right, so we're going to be talking about doppelgangers this evening. A little bit of history on it. The whole doppelganger definition, the whole phenomena has been around for millennia. But the word doppelganger comes from a German translation, which means double goer. And it's been around for a couple hundred years in German folklore. And the first time it showed up in literature, I believe, was in 1776, or 1796, rather. According to an age-old German folklore, all living creatures have a spirit double who is invisible but identical to the living individual. These second selves are perceived as being distinct from ghosts, which appear only after death, and sometimes they are described as the spiritual opposite or negative of their human counterparts. In 1796, German writer Johann Paul Richter, who wrote under the pseudonym Jean Paul, coined the word doppelganger. And it kind of refers to such specters that I described there. So that's pretty interesting that in today's culture, we generally use the word doppelganger to describe like some type of unbiological twin. A lot of people out there will see like someone who looks just like them, but it's not paranormal. They're just somebody that shares very closely matching facial features. But tonight we're going to be talking about the paranormal version, and we'll be discussing speculating rather, on what they could be, what I think they could be based on the reports that I have been told about. I have not seen one, and I don't have any first-hand experience with them, but only just the research and the paranormal reports that I get. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. I did bring up some literature. Sometimes I try to research certain topics when I talk about them, but a lot of times I'm so busy with editing and all the other irons I have in the fire that I can't remember everything. But I have an interesting article, and I'll give you the URL. It's theparanormalguide.com. Pretty decent website that I look at from time to time. And they have a page about doppelgangers. And pretty much in the paranormal terms, it's believed, there's an omen attached to the doppelganger sightings, and sometimes it can be psychokinetic. We'll be talking about the two. And I think those are the two popular versions of what they may be. The omen is usually if a death is coming up or an illness or bad luck. If you see a doppelganger, it could mean those three bad things, okay? And I think 1860, you see if I remember that right? Yeah, 1860, it was reported that Abraham Lincoln seen his doppelganger double in a reflection of a mirror when he became president. And both him and his wife believed that it was a bad omen, and I don't know if it was coincidence or not. We'll let you be the judge. He didn't live to see his second term due to assassination. So that was one popular story that I saw. A lot of them, the reports of the doppelgangers describe a mischievous type behavior. Sometimes you'll see them trying to play tricks, trying to play jokes on you, trying to lure you into places, lure you away from places, try to confuse you. It's deeply seated in the folklore that they also like to try to take over your life. Maybe like trap you somewhere or even try to kill you and take over your identity, like an evil counterpart type thing in the folklore, which I found interesting. It's especially common in children that I read about in the folklore, which is interesting to me. So those are the few things that I've researched about doppelgangers. It's been around for a couple thousand years, at least 1,000 years in our culture. The term kind of comes from the German folklore. There's a lot of the ghost stuff that comes from Germany, the German culture. So that only makes sense to me. But I want to know your opinions. Have you seen a spirit double of either yourself or someone else at your home, at a location? I know a lot of people have reported to me that they see someone that they know that's living, it's either with them or not with them, in a haunted location. And when they go to talk to them, they're not there. They disappear. And then they find that the person that they saw was in a completely other area, and there's no way they could have been there. And in some cases, they weren't even there to begin with. They just seen them and they just disappear. So that's crazy to me. I want to hear your thoughts on what you think that could be. A lot of people tend to gravitate towards the negative end. The very first paranormal case that I'd done that involved something described as a doppelganger was at a bar in my outside my hometown in Hillsboro, Ohio. It was a young lady that reported she worked at a bar. She went back to the back to get some ice for the front coolers, and she seen her mother, which worked there, in the back room, like come out and kind of motioned for her to come in the room. Didn't say anything. She just motioned for her to come in the room and try to get her to follow. She was very confused by this, obviously, and she freaked out because she knew her mom was up front tending the bar. So she threw everything, ran out of there, ran up to the bar, and told her mom, was like, "Hey, you got a double back there," and it freaked me to hell out. I don't know what the hell that was. I always was intrigued by the reports of doppelgangers and the whole phenomena. It's weird. I mean, it's one of the weirder things that you hear about and you read about. So I definitely want to see what you guys think of doppelgangers. What do you make of them? Do you think it's just people hallucinating, people kind of like getting fooled by something, by some type of optical illusion or something? I don't know. Sleep paralysis, who knows what it could be. So I want to hear what you guys think. We'll go over to the Peanut Gallery. We'll do some shout outs and we'll get this stuff rolling. Who we got? I see a lot of people.
Who we got? I got
What's up? Oh, you're not supposed to be muted, but they're saying that you're muted again. Let me fix this. Let me fix this, guys. There's got to be a reason why. Here, let me go back to her screen and fix this. Just 1 second. This is why she's muted. This should have fixed it. So let's see if that fixed it. Go ahead and do the shout outs again.
Okay. I have Derek Schreiner. I have Chad. I have Jamie. I have Daniel. I have Becky. I have Anthony, Janet, Amber, Josh, Jolene, Janine, Bill, and I have Belle on the Justin Brown page. On the RU Media page, I have David. I have Melanie, Holly Miner, Dawn Wheeler, Donna Berry, Ron Abels, Goose Gooseby, Andrew Helton, and Chelsea Slosser.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I have to click one little box on one scene, and it's specific, and there's a lot of boxes to check, so I apologize for that. Thank you for joining us on Facebook, guys. There's a lot of people in there. It's awesome to see you in here. Hopefully, we can enjoy the show, and I want to know what I seen some good things on YouTube. I don't know if there's been anything on Facebook. I want to know your ideas and theories on this and your stories, but go ahead and shout out YouTube.
Okay, I actually want to do a personal shout out to Goose Gooseby and say, go Crestwood Red Devils. We actually went to the same high school. Wow. And we didn't even
I knew
know
he was
that
from
we were in the same field.
I knew he was from the Cleveland area, but I didn't know he was that familiar to you.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So there's Betty, there's Keisha, there's Dan from Supernatural Lost Adventures, there's Heath, Val, Brenda, and Quig Williams.
Awesome.
I do have Kesha actually had a very interesting comment, if you would like me to read that.
Absolutely.
Okay, she says, I've actually have been informed I have a couple living doppelgangers and to actually share the same birthday as well as her, as wild as to the same name. And also, people has told her that she has seen almost like a spirit that looks just like her as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. Where did she see the spirit? And kind of, I kind of want you to give me a little bit more detail on that, because now I'm curious. Obviously, what exactly you seen, where, when, everything. It's very interesting.
Absolutely. And Val wanted to know, why are doubles considered negative?
Doubles?
Well, I think she's, doppelgangers.
Right. I was making sure you didn't say devil.
No.
Well, it's in the folklore. A lot of people, especially back in the 1700s and even further back, they're very superstitious, and a lot of cultures, were religious. They were very faith-based. So if they saw anything outside of the norm, it was bad. Okay. If they saw a streak in the sky that they're not used to seeing, bad omen, right? It's just part of their culture. Anything out of the norm can be considered, a sign or an omen that something bad is to come, whether it's a death, an illness, crops dying, anything. So anything kind of out of the norm, if you see a double of yourself and that's not natural, that's why they, lean towards the negative.
Mothman Historian joins.
What's up, buddy? I seen some photos of him and Alex Bob and Eric Connor down to the Mothman Festival. We couldn't get down there this year. Kind of sucked. But nice to see you on here, man. All right, is that all on YouTube right now?
Yes.
Okay, what about Facebook? Any questions?
Daniel asked if you see your doppelganger, are you going to die?
That's believed that could happen. Abraham Lincoln believed that it was a bad omen when he saw his double in the mirror, which is like the spirit version of the doppelganger, and he did die. So when you get confirmation of your beliefs like that, then a lot of people leave their minds open to the possibility. I have talked to people that seen doppelgangers of other people. Those other people didn't die. They didn't die. But I haven't talked to a lot of people that saw their own doppelganger. So if you saw your own doppelganger and you lived, give some people in our chat some reassurance.
Goose Gooseby said, I've always felt it's pretty close to like stone tape theory. Just energy absorbed into the location, playing over and over.
So yeah, that's interesting. If you subscribe to the idea of stone tape theory, usually it's involves people from the distant past or a little bit distant. The people that you're seeing, the residual energy that you're seeing, isn't there living in the present. But that doesn't mean it has to be that way. So if you do see something strange, it could be a recording that you're seeing of something very recent. Also, it could be psychokinetic. It could be a manifestation from the psyche. So I think two are interesting to think about. Any other questions or anything?
Nope.
Yeah, energy of the living. Yeah, that's definitely something I would be open to, Goose.
I seen Derek's.
Yeah, you did, but I wish
it wasn't exactly, but
I wish you could I could find that photo. I put it up on the screen. That was amazingly similar.
I was at Walmart and I was chasing down this man to just try to take a picture of him. And I finally just walked up to him, and I had to show him a picture of Derek because I don't think he would appreciate me just taking a picture of him. But yeah. And he like saw the picture of Derek and tried to make the same face as what Derek was doing in the. It was pretty funny.
Brandon Johnson asked, does seeing doppelgangers in your dreams carry the same beliefs as seeing it in real life?
Well, that's a double whammy. If you're seeing an omen in your dream, and the just the fact that it's a dream kind of gives you a double whammy of weirdness, right? So a lot of people believe that dreams are not only symbolic, but they have a spiritual quality connected to what you dream about. So if that's the case, then I think it largely depends. So if I saw myself in a dream, I would definitely reserve the possibility that it meant that I was going to die or meant something bad was going to happen. But if it was a reoccurring dream, or if it had some type of other significance that involved something that I believed was spiritual, that pertained to what my spiritual beliefs are concerning dreams, then I would definitely give it a thought. But, when it comes to dreams, we just cannot be sure that what we're experiencing while we're asleep has any basis in reality or the spirit world. But I believe that, of course, when you do dream, you're in a altered state of consciousness that could allow for spiritual things to enter, communicate, or interact with you.
I have questions if Missy's done.
I'm done.
Okay. Val wanted to know, do you think astral projection could come into play in here, the terms of seeing your doppelganger?
Yes. Why not? Why not? If you're astral projecting yourself and you see yourself while you're astral projecting, that would be strange. Usually that's not how it works. You're trying to kind of like remote view something when you do that, or travel. When someone else sees a double of you, that definitely could fit a theory or a hypothesis about both astral projection and what people perceive as doppelgangers. So that's an interesting idea. I like it.
Betty asks, what makes it a doppelganger? Has to be spirit? Does it has to be a spirit? Can it be a living person that's not related?
Yes, that's what it's referred to nowadays. When people see someone that looks exactly like you were talking about with Derek, if someone sees like a very close twin like of someone that they know, that's what most people refer to as doppelgangers. So it does not have to be a spirit, it does not have to be paranormal, but we are addressing the paranormal side of the definition tonight.
Craig Williams asks, could a doppelganger be your subconscious?
Like a projection of your subconscious?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you subscribe to the ideas that our psyches can manifest things in a physical sense, sure. But that's deep down in the rabbit hole. I have not read about anything like that happening. No one's reported that to me. Let me know if you're watching and that is possibly happened to you. We will let Craig know.
What was the question?
If the subconscious can cause doppelgangers, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Kasha, about her comment before, different people, family and friends had said that they've seen her in their own house or at the place of work when she's not there.
That's reported often, I think. Well, I guess as often as paranormal phenomena is reported. There's a lot of people that experience that. And a couple possibilities. They could have seen somebody that resembled her and they didn't quite get a good look at her and their brain kind of filled in the blanks, sort of thing. That's possible. Another possibility is that it was a spiritual doppelganger entity that they saw. What's weird is when people see doppelgangers, it's usually at a place of employment or at a haunted location. It's not just like all in a public bathroom or something like that.
That's what kind of Mothman just said. He's known people who's seen doubles, and the people that have been seen as doubles, I've noticed most of them are paranormal investigators. Do you think that being involved in this work makes it more likely?
Yeah, for two reasons. One reason is if you have a bias to paranormal phenomena being the reason for doppelgangers, the experience and the reports of it, you're going to quickly go to that conclusion or go to that possibility, because a lot of paranormal researchers and investigators know about the doppelganger phenomena, so they'll be quick to associate those reports with their knowledge of it. With that being said, I think that when you're dealing with psychokinetic energy, the stuff that comes from your emotions, your mind, your psyche, manifesting in the spirit world and maybe even manifesting into the physical realm, I think paranormal investigators who deal with those energies, who investigate them, who research them, who find themselves entrenched in the haunted locations, in the psychokinetic soup, in residential cases, in places where that exists, I think it's going to be more common for them to experience it because they're in ground zero, so to speak. So that's a possibility as well.
Anaheim asked, could a doppelganger be a negative entity portraying a living person or a host is trying to intimidate?
Yes, that was another definition or possibility that was on the paranormalguide.com page that I see. An entity can mimic someone else. You'll see a lot of reports and theories about negative entities or ghosts mimicking a child that fool you, or mimicking something friendly or familiar to you. And I think that's very, very possible. Very, very possible. So we want to be careful.
Could a doppelganger just be a PK manifestation?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Okay. Sandy Griffith just jumped on.
Hi, Sandy.
And Kevin Saunders.
What's up, Kev? Yeah, it could definitely be a psychokinetic entity, for sure. I think it could get weird out there, folks. It can get real weird.
I saw that Josh said that he sent you the photos. I'm unsure.
Of Derek?
Oh, maybe. I was confused what he was talking about.
Let's see what we see.
He may have been talking to somebody else. I don't know.
I think he said Justin.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just going to ask you a question.
Here's Derek at the Monroe house. Okay. Here's Derek, our buddy and team member. Okay. Here's the guy that Jess seen at the supermarket in West Virginia. I mean, come on. Derek Schreiner, strange dude at Walmart.
Make him sound creepy. I was the creepy one. But I mean, honestly, like, I'm not one to sit there and say, yeah, this person looks like this person. Like, and I was blown away. Yeah.
It's close. And what's funny is telling the story about how the guy did the face that Derek's making in the photo you showed him. That's the funniest part to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was trying to be sneaky and be creepy and take photos without him knowing that I was. And I just couldn't get a good one. And then I finally walked up. He had his wife was with him, and I walked up to her because I didn't want to, cause an issue. And I asked her, is that your husband? And she said, yeah. And I says, well, I'm a part of a team, and one of the team members looks just like your husband. I like to actually, get a picture. And so he came over and stuff, and he didn't want, he was hesitant at first. So I'm thinking something with his job, and I'm unsure exactly, what it was, but he allowed me to take the picture, but he first wanted to see what Derek looked like. And so I brought up that picture because it was the first one that I seen that was just him. And he goes, okay. So he practiced the face for about 20 seconds. And then he's like, okay, go ahead. I mean, and that was it. I mean, he allowed me to take his picture and walk away. It was funny though. He had to get that face down so it looked the same. Yeah,
that was the best part. Betty, she's like, all people are creepy at Walmart. Kasha she had a follow-up with her experience that was interesting. She said people took a photo of the girl that looked like her and showed it to her.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, how did you get a photo of me? I wasn't there. That's creepy. I think that's scarier than seeing a ghost. Seeing the ghost of yourself is even scarier.
Val had a question. Does it take up a lot of energy for a spirit to manifest? If so, these doppelgangers must have strong energies to manifest. Could they be something else than a spirit?
Yes. We did talk about entities mimicking other people or you. As far as how much energy it takes, I'm not going to quantize or put a number on how much energy it takes. I have no idea. I would love to be able to afford the equipment to take such measurements or do experiments. So if you have any extra money, you can PayPal me. But I would love to deploy the cloud chamber to see what it would take to manifest something like that. But I think it depends on the manifestation. If it's a physical manifestation, you're talking about some serious phenomena. What serious phenomena is, I don't know. Whether it be magnetic fields trapping, ionized particles that make the gas in the atmosphere stick together, and when you shine a light on it, you see a mist or whatever, or if it's some type of heat anomaly that bends light away from your eyes, kind of like a heat mirage does to make a shadow figure, that could be a possibility. Lots of different ideas out there, but I have no idea if it takes a lot of effort or not. Where'd you go, Jess?
I'll be right back. My laptop unplugged.
Oops.
So I have to get up. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back.
I have a comment from Andrew Helton on RU Media. He said, I think all energies are strange, even the stone tape theory, if you take into account how we store information on everyday devices. Just a mesh of minerals, and it saves information on it. So I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibilities, but the how would be intriguing.
Yeah, I've given this a lot of thought. How? Okay. There's proteins embedded in the microtubules and the neurons in our brains to help us remember things. That's why when you have Parkinson's disease or Alzheimer's disease, rather, the microtubules lose their tubulin and they disintegrate, so memories go away after that. So if the memories stored in the environment are similar, let's just say hypothetically they're similar to how the brain works, then there could be either subtype of neurochemical that gets embedded along with our memories. Like we're talking about electrical signals. So how it works in the brain is the electrical symbol combines with neurochemistry. So maybe there's chemistry in the environment that combines with the signal and that we're releasing somehow. That's a possibility. I know that's far-fetched. But take this for example. If you have researched quantum field theory at all, every particle has its corresponding field that it vibrates in. Okay? Whether we're dealing with leptons, whether we're dealing with whatever type of particle you want to talk about. I believe that there is a field of energy that a lot of spiritual phenomena vibrates in. Okay? I think the psyche, when we talk about energy, when we release energy ourselves, we vibrate that field and it creates things in that field. That field is not detectable normally by our eyes or our five senses. Sometimes it is, and we don't understand why. We have theories, we just don't understand why. But with that being said, if our existence is right next to the spirit world and we're vibrating that field of energy and it's being stored there, it's still vibrating, it's still there. Energy can't be destroyed nor created, so it's there. So if we're going back and forth or phasing in and out or somehow, touching that other plane, that could explain why they come back kind of like as an echo or as a memory, or just getting into that field of energy. And I would love to see some scientific experiment or proof in that area. I think that would be very, very cool if that was possible, or if that was the case. Check out quantum field theory, everybody, if you haven't. It's very interesting. Anything else?
Do you have anything, Missy?
Nope.
Okay. Mothman said 2 doppelganger cases that he's personally heard of both involved quick moving beings going down hallways in the witness's home, appearing as someone they know. Spooky stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Val said if she ever hits the lottery, she'll keep us in mind.
Take care of yourself first, Val. I'm sure there's plenty of things that you can think of better than cloud chambers.
Mothman also said the other case I've personally heard involved a full conversation with beings claiming to be investigators who were somewhere else at the time. I definitely go with the imitation idea.
Mimicry and imitation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It seems like
He just judged you. Did you see that?
no, I didn't.
You what?
Me? No, I'm not judging. No, I'm not judging you at all. I what I'm thinking of is it's easier to put on a mask, pretend like you're somebody else, than try to come up with an idea that's deeper down the rabbit hole or far fetched. So I think it makes a little bit more sense. It's a little bit more believable that entities are out there just masquerading as someone else.
Mothman says, how do we know this Justin isn't a doppelganger?
You don't. You don't know. You don't know. I have seen a photo when I was younger of someone that did look like me. Everybody has somebody out there, or more than just one, that looks close to them. I mean, genetics aren't as unique as you think they are, especially if it's in the same nationality.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting stuff out there that you'll come across, especially the stories where you interact with them and they're just, you think you're talking to that person and you come to find out that you weren't. It's a mind fuck. Your brain just breaks after that point. I just don't know what you're supposed to do after that. Just chalk it up as something weird that happens, I guess. What do you girls think? What do you think about doppelgangers?
I've never had any experiences.
Don't give me that look. My God.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
Pretend you know.
No, I don't fake it.
You hear that, Josh? She doesn't fake it.
Stop it, Justin. Good God.
If only you could see our group chat from the day. I was having fun with Jess all day.
It was funny.
I want to show the photo.
No, don't show the photo. You have too much fun. Like, okay, I get editing, it's a pain in the ass. Get it. But it's like you have those fun moments. You're like, oh, let's bust their balls.
Well, seeds get planted, and every once in a while Josh will say something that really makes me laugh, and I'll run with it for a while. And when you're in the front of the computer looking at footage all day, you'll get little freeze frames of people, making funny faces, and you make memes. That's what I do.
Scarlett Wolf just joins.
Awesome. I don't know. Have they been on the show before? I think they have, yeah.
Yeah.
Scowling wolf, yeah. I've definitely seen the wolf emoji before. That's cool. Thanks for joining us. Paranormal reporter Becky Compton's. She's got the lips sealed emojis going on.
Well, Paranormal Reporter asked, what does the Dungeon Master Handbook say about doppelgangers?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time indeed. They're an NPC. They're definitely antagonists in Dungeons and Dragons. You definitely want to kill them immediately. They have hit points and they die. Trying to remember, they generally are the folklore-ish definition of a physical doppelganger. They're going to try to steal your identity and take over your life and opposes you and take all your money and take your women, do that sort of thing. You're trapped or dead. That's what D&D says about doppelgangers.
I like Val W's comment right there.
Oh, did I miss?
She said I put him to work so I could go have fun.
Who did she put to work? To doppelganger?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be a very productive use. That would be a good use for one. We need to make doppelgangers.
There you go.
Craig Williams said, could a doppelganger be from the future of oneself to warn them of the future mistakes?
That wouldn't be a doppelganger. That would just be you from another timeline. So I don't think that counts. But if you see yourself out there, it could be a temporal effect. It could be a time effect that you're seeing. You could be perceiving it as a doppelganger, but in fact, it is you in a different time. Could a doppelganger be... Oh, that was... Okay, you just said that. And Mothman... I think the mimicry imitation idea extends to not just the living, but also the dead and non-existent characters' archetypes. That's my personal views on the spiritual, probably different to yours, though. No? I leave my head open to all kinds of things, man, to be honest. Mimicry is a thing, you know. It's a thing in the physical world amongst the living, and why not the dead? Why not the spiritual, right? I mean, when you're talking about archetypes, you know, and patterns in the universe, I'm all for that. All for it.
Becky said, I just always thought if you see yourself, you die, including in a dream.
Yeah, that's a belief. That's definitely a belief that's been in our culture, and especially in folklore, for a long, long time. But do I believe that? No, I don't believe that if you see something, you're going to die. But that hasn't happened to me. If you ask Abraham Lincoln, he's going to tell you, yep, if you see yourself, you die. Some way, somehow.
Well, I mean, and you can attest to this, I've had a lot of strange dreams that involved myself, some of them, but I've never actually seen myself.
So they involve you, but you don't see you.
Right.
So you're in your body being yourself.
It's like I've an out of body experience, I guess you would say. Like I'm in that dream state, but I'm living it out, but I don't see myself.
That, like you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
I have those dreams all the time. Yep. And
like
that's
the night you did the Reiki session on me in my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen myself.
That's not common either. I haven't heard people report that. Let us know if you dream when you're not in your body, but you're watching other people, like an astral projection scenario, because that's typically how I dream. I travel.
Right.
Well, is it like kind of like what I've talked to you about, Missy, that one dream that I had?
Yeah.
Like I was like floating, like I was watching everybody do stuff on the bottom and I was looking up on top. I was like on top looking down.
Right. But you never seen yourself.
No.
Josh said, I saw myself during an out of body experience and I'm still here.
That's trippy. Outer body experiences are trippy.
Mothman says, if a doppelganger is a person who shouldn't be there at the time, aka out of place people, then what of out of place animals? Kangaroos hopping through Italy and big cats in the woods. They shouldn't be there. Be in.
Yes, I think doppelgangers should pertain to any living organism. Why not? It would be kind of a silly rule that it's only people, it's only humans. I haven't heard about it happening, which is interesting. Mothman historian, have you heard about kangaroos in Italy? Is that a new cryptid thing? Did we just invent something?
Craig Williams says, is it possible to see more than one doppelganger?
Sure. I mean, the phenomenon is supposed to be rare. It's supposed to be uncommon. So if you see more than one, then count yourself lucky. Yeah.
Scarling Wolf says, I sometimes watch myself like from above. I also dream I am other people.
So do I. I'm a big believer that you travel in your dreams, you astral project, or whatever you want to call it. And I definitely believe that when you play other people, that's what the afterlife is like that. I think that you can become someone else. And I think reincarnation is like that. I think that's how reincarnation happens. Your soul desires to be other people. I think you do that in the afterlife, and you do that in your dreams. Absolutely.
Val says she always sees herself in dreams.
Yeah, always?
That's what she says. I always see myself in dreams. And then she replied back, another one that says, or unlucky.
It's weird.
Oh no, Josh and Derek are talking. Bill, good luck with that one, okay? Bill said I need a purple deadlight. Derek said, Josh, you need to have more out-of-body experiences so you can build more lights out of body so you could go nonstop. And Josh said, hell yeah.
That would be cool. It'd be cool as hell. We would all have our own lights by now, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Nobody had to wait.
No. We have to wait just like everybody else. It's not like if we say, oh, I want a dead light, he doesn't just stop his orders and makes our lights. That's not how it works.
I live with him and I don't have my own dead light.
Right?
You do. You have a face light.
Oh.
Okay.
You have one for your face cam. So that counts.
That's not what I meant. Okay.
What do you want? Demon? The second gen demon?
No, I don't know. I was just busting some balls. I mean, I know where I can, get one if I want one. I don't have to have one, that in my box it says just a shit. You know
where the case is, what you're saying.
Yeah.
And Josh has gone a lot. Josh has gone a lot. She knows where the case is. Oh, I don't know where that went, honey. Maybe you need to take better care of your stuff.
I sold it on the black market.
Bill said shoemakers' kids don't have shoes.
It took me a second, but I got it.
Bill Davis is like from the 40s. It's like he's in the wrong time period. He is.
She doesn't know the models of the lights. Josh just said. I do.
Bill Davis is like a black and white silent film.
Mothman says the kangaroos in Italy is a classic example of, I think, 1940s. The Italian army supposedly chased after them, but they disappeared with footsteps fading away into nothing.
God, that's so obscure. I wish there was like a Paranormal Jeopardy and I would have Mothman historian be on it.
I get nervous when Mothman comes on.
I can't read his comments. I'll read them for you. I've never heard of this shit. Were we Italian military chasing kangaroos?
1940s.
1940s. That's worth a Google. Oops, I didn't spell Italian's not with a K, bro. It didn't pop up. That must not be searched a lot. You need to give me a link, my brother. I definitely want to read about that because that's obscure.
He just said, anyway, to take it to a step further, people still report to see dinosaurs. They are out of place because they're extinct, much like it's scrolling on me. I'm sorry. Like ghosts are out of place because they are supposed to be dead.
I tell you what, my mom and my brother experienced dinosaurs down in Peoples, Ohio. My brother didn't see them. It was just like, imagine if a brontosaurus was there and it was trekking right down where you were at. He reported the footfalls being like earthquake, like footsteps, freaking him the hell out, and he was out of there. And my mother said that she saw the dinosaur. She heard it coming. She looks out the window and looks up, and she sees it coming through the trees at her. She said it was the most scared she's ever been. And I don't blame her.
Becky said, when I was really, really into my cards, I did a lot of reading about the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life. Anyway, the higher up you get in spirit, the more it talks about the spirit traveling without the body or out-of-body experience.
I've read that.
It just happens. I don't...
Between Kabbalahs and Italian kangaroos, I mean, the
and
paranormal...
Ghost dinosaurs.
Ghost dinosaurs. The paranormal was the coolest thing ever, I think. Anything goes, right? Anything and everything. It's weird.
Howie just jumped on. She said, hello guys from Malaysia.
Malaysia?
Ooh.
What time is it in Malaysia? Malaysia got some crazy stuff going on in Malaysia. There's a lot of folklore and a lot of ghost believers there. I saw a video today. Did you see Robert Murphy's video of the ghost possession in Malaysia on Facebook?
Yeah. It is 8:53 a.m. in Malaysia.
Wow. So tell us,
12 hours.
is ghost possession in Malaysia a thing? Is it like a common thing? Because I hear about it all the time. Or is it a lot of people just doing a lot of paranormal videos and make people believe that people are possessed?
And yes, I asked Google what time it was in Malaysia.
Oh, you're fact checking our viewers? How dare you?
No, she didn't tell me what time it was. I asked Google.
Oh, I thought she told us. That's not fair. You didn't give her time to respond.
She was just saying hello, and everybody else was saying hello, and I just...
Scowling Wolf says, he used to have a lot of dino dreams.
Anaheim says Jurassic Park is the paranormal.
In the paranormal.
That too.
Yeah.
RU Media said, that's what I believe. Some of these cryptids could be extinct creatures appearing via time slips.
Yep, that's definitely a theory. I believe in time slips.
Mothman says the point that he's trying to get across is people see things that aren't supposed to be there, either because they are dead or because they are supposed to be elsewhere. And it says 1/2, so I'm thinking the other second part's coming.
So he's going to speculate on why that is, probably.
Mothman's a smart man.
He's a nerd. All nerds are welcome here. All nerds are welcome.
Just don't use big words with Jessica.
And if you do with Missy, she's just going to ask Justin to read the comment.
The only thing Jess don't like big is words.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's what Josh told me. Okay.
Oh, whatever. I'm done. Bad service.
You're breaking up.
You're breaking up. Mothman says, I think the doppelgangers and spirits are both some sort of energy imitating these things. Also folklore and mythological beings.
Yeah, that's the coolest possibility. That's possible, I guess. I don't want it to be a bad omen. I just want it to be weird spiritual entities messing with us.
Do you want to read Paranormal Reporter's comment he just made?
It scrolled by me. I don't see it anymore. There's a lot of comments.
It says a T-Rex and a time slip would be fucked up like Godzilla.
Yep. Agree. I need to research more on time slips. Yeah, it's definitely cool. What's Kasha have?
She goes, haha, Justin, there was a doctor whose episode a while back with David Tennant, where clones were made to do the dangerous work for the people, and they would just disregard the clones while they were done. I need to wear my glasses. I need to do too. And Krog Williams' dad used to chase after kangaroos with an axe.
Whose dad?
Krog Williams.
Well, he's from Australia.
Yeah, he lives in Australia.
So that's not abnormal. That's not paranormal at all. That's just something that they deal with. Missy's video window's getting all out of whack.
I see this.
It's weird. Go back.
I don't need it to be bigger. I need it to be smaller.
It's definitely not what I say. Back. I love that people still see ghosts of Elvis and Lincoln because they are such iconic archetypes. I personally don't think it's them returning from the dead, but beings or energy playing their roles. Here's a possibility that I really subscribe to. I think that a lot of energy does weird things. If you've ever heard me talk about this idea, I think that there's a trinity going on. There's a... Go ahead.
I saw Bill's comment. Is that what you were laughing about, Missy?
Yeah.
He says she's having an out of window experience. It's funny. Sorry, go ahead.
As I was saying, there's a trinity. There's the soul, the spirit, and the physical body. The soul is like the breath of God type thing where it's your energy that makes you alive. It's there before you're born. It's there attached to you while you're alive, and then it goes back to God or wherever you come from when you die. The spirit is this consciousness that develops while you live and is there during your life, and it can exist in multiple different forms while you're alive and dead. Okay? Psychokinetically. And the body is just your body. There's no explanation needed. So when it comes to energy taking on forms, I believe in thought forms. I believe that energy, psychokinetic energy, can splinter off and do all types of weird things. Hauntings of someone haunting the same or multiple places all at once, being in multiple places all at once, like the quantum effect, superposition, but different. I just think that when you see a spiritual entity, it's not necessarily what you think it is. Just kind of leave your mind open to that.
Kasha says hold on, it's scrolling on me. The only time I ever saw myself is when I had my near-death experience. The first time, I don't really remember too well, but the second time, very vividly.
Near-death experience and they seen themselves?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Boy, there's a lot of comments coming in. I don't want to end the show. Do we have Lori Johnson with us? Is that the Lori you're saying hi to?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Lori.
So
Val sorry, go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to read cautious. I saw myself and my family as they were informing my family that I had passed away. I was declared legally dead almost 10 minutes. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Val had a question. Could a doppelganger be a reincarnation gone wrong?
Wow. No, because if you're reincarnated, you got to be dead, but that would have to involve some type of weird time slip reincarnation. I can't say it's impossible, but I just never thought of it, never heard of that. I'm not going to rule it out. We'll just write that down for a possibility. We'll see if you're right. Well, if we find out what doppelgangers are, and if that's what they are, that's weird. I just think that's probably not happening. Go ahead.
Paranormal reporter asked, if you see it, is it there or is it energy making your brain see things? see these things.
Okay. If you believe in the psychic phenomena, you can see things psychically. And that can get complex. That doesn't mean it's physically there. It's just there in the spirit world, or it's there in a psychic way, whether it is projected into your third eye, or if it's something that you see in an alternate plane of existence in the spirit realm. Yes, it could be that.
I've never seen myself.
You've never seen yourself?
No.
What would you do if you saw yourself?
I don't know. I haven't had that experience yet to know.
Would you tell yourself that you were smart, beautiful, and all that? Would you give yourself compliments, or would you put yourself down?
I'd probably put myself down.
You're so full of shit.
I mean, how awkward would that be of actually having a conversation with yourself? Not even what it was about or anything, just having I don't know.
I do it all the time. I talk to myself all the time, but it's not, I don't look at it as just me, another me. It's a spiritual aspect or a psychokinetic aspect of myself. You know, you talk to yourself, right? In your head?
Well, sure. But I'm just saying, like, have somebody here, have a full conversation with somebody, you know.
That would be fucked up.
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can't deal with you anymore, Justin.
That would be so entertaining. That would be so entertaining. Like,
I know what you did last summer. No, you don't. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Like seeing two Jim Carreys talk to themselves.
Oh, that'd be
two
funny.
Chris Rocks. Any type of good comedian would be great.
Bill Davis said I would ask myself where I put that iPhone charger.
Right.
It's at your mom's.
Oh, I'm done. I can't. Oh.
That's all I got. That's all the funny I can bring right now.
I'm glad it's you tonight, Jess.
I need a drink.
If you had a drink, what would it be?
I would do Fireball in A&W's cream soda. It's one shot of Fireball with a glass full of cream soda. It's really, really good. Try it, guys.
Doesn't sound good. I don't like cinnamon snobs.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good.
We all know why. It's not good memories. Nobody else wants to hear my stories. Yes, we do.
Betty. Thank you, Betty. Oh, wait. Was it? Oh, no. We want to hear your stories, Betty. I thought you were saying about Justin's stories. Sorry.
If the spiritual side of the life ever pretends to be me when I'm gone, I would say it's not me, but thank them for keeping the idea of me alive by playing my role. Go ego. Go ego, go. I see a doppelganger every time you look in the mirror. Abraham
Justin
Lincoln
likes
did.
peach moonshine, Josh said.
I like all moonshine, even cinnamon. I'll drink that too.
Yes, Val, you are correct.
Yep.
That's a hold my beer. Watch this. What was it again, Jess? Anaheim. It's one shot of Fireball, and just like I drink it out of a mason jar, and then I just not all the way to the top, but it's really, really good. We actually named it called Damn It Debbie because a best friend of mine would always get us drunk on that, and then you will always be fine until the next morning when you're on the toilet, throwing up. You're saying "Damn it, Debbie" because her name was Debbie.
Bill Davis said Justin is a peach.
The
peach has been left out too long.
I'm a peach, Jess.
Right. He's a rotten peach. You're like moldy. Like you're good on one side, and the other side you're like all caved in and moldy. So it depends what side we get you on.
What? I live a dual life, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a fuzzy, plump peach on one side. On the other side, my
No,
mom.
Missy, you can't argue with us. Like if you
No,
talk to him on the phone or even in the chat, you can just feel he's being serious. Da, 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 da. And there's other times he's like, "Oh, your mom." You know, I mean, it all depends what side he's on.
That goes for everybody. I'm not unique in that regard. Come on.
I'm a gentle peach all the time.
No.
Josh does it too, but it's harder to read Josh than it is Justin because, you know.
I wear my emotions on my sleeve and on your face and on your mom's face.
Oh my gosh, Justin, stop. Craig Williams says ghost drink spirits. That's
Paranormal reporter said the butt side is better.
Of the peach.
Yeah.
That's the spot he goes for. That's the first spot he bites into. He goes ass peach to peach. Is that how you say that?
Val says we should come up with a name called the Doppelganger.
Ass peach to mouth. That's how you say it.
I can't even deal.
I had to think about how to say that. I had to get it right.
Josh, get in here. I'm done.
You ain't done. Are you done? Do you want me to end this? It's starting to get really weird.
Kasha says, interesting. Do you think your mom and brother experienced the same residual energy on the land? Thank you for saving the day, Kasha.
Well, I try to keep this show serious. People be like, Justin, you're so serious. You need to lighten up. And when I lighten up, probably people come along and watch this video in the archive and be like, well, I was following him for a while, but then he got stupid. So I can't take him serious anymore. You can't win. Do you think your mom and brother experienced some residual energy on the? It's possible. I think what my mom said was that it was an alternate dimension. So if you subscribe to the many worlds theory and quantum theory or the multiverse, sometimes the lines between the dimensions get hazy. I have stinky pits now. I just showered.
Do you get it?
Oh,
sorry, Betty. I thought I was going to have to explain that one.
Hey, my mind's orbiting many topics right now. We have Rebecca Kirschbaum chat.
You have went over and your wife is on now. So now you have to behave.
She's probably like, you're in my bedroom.
Right. Mothman says, I said other things in chat, by the way, but I think the show is either wrapping up at this point or changing topic. LOL.
We never stay on topic for more than 10 minutes. So you're lucky it's an hour.
Yeah.
Val says, do your thing, Justin.
45 minutes. It's a whole bunch of serious. I'm serious about the paranormal crap. And then the last 15 minutes plus it's our true colors. Where
Christy said, what's he doing?
Your mom.
Justin.
Hey. What does she mean? She knows what I'm doing. I'm in the next room. Come on, give me a break. We're talking about doppelgangers. We're talking about weird stuff. Okay, kangaroos.
We're talking about peaches and
Italy and ass peaches.
Your mom and
dinosaurs, ghost dinosaurs.
Mothman is actually putting stuff in the chat for you.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yes, Val, ADHD. Yes.
She says, "Screw you, Justin."
We haven't had a freestyle show in a long time. They're probably aching to troll us the whole time.
I like the freestyle.
Should we do that next week?
Yes, we totally should.
Well, and hopefully Emma does have softball practice.
Type 1 in the chat if you want us to do a 2-hour freestyle the way we just sit here and act retarded the whole time.
And I will be drinking most definitely if I have to put up with Justin for 2 hours on the show.
Heck, I'll drink. Derek said bam.
Derek said bam.
Bam.
Yeah.
You know, like when he's driving down the road.
Oh yeah, that's great. I wish people could like eavesdrop on those jokes. To give you guys some updates, we are officially done filming for season 6. We're editing Old Licking County Jail now, which is episode 3. It will be done by this weekend. Whatever it takes, it will be premiering at least by Saturday. I promise you guys. If I have to stay up all night long just to finish it up, it'll get done. The film, a lot of people are anticipating. We are doing a haunted Hartford City documentary. We filmed it. Got interviews done on location for that. Hopefully that will be out by the end of 2019. By Christmas, I hope that's out. I know I talked about having it out by October, Halloween time. Not going to happen. I'm too far behind. I wanted it to happen, but it's not. We're probably going to see Madison Seminary by Halloween, though. Isn't that the next one? I believe it is.
Yes.
So Madison Seminary is going to be featured on Interface Death Reborn's YouTube channel for Halloween. So Rebecca Kirschbaum probably would be interested in that. Everybody on RU Media that's watching would be interested in that. It was one of the coolest locations that we did for 2019. Some very, very interesting things happened on the psychic front there. I think that is probably one of the better places for psychics to do work at and for psychical research to happen. For whatever reason, maybe Rebecca can tell us why. But and
For me, it was anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jess had an off day, but there was good reason for that, and there's going to be something to do with the archive, the afterlife. We had some issues with that. I don't know how well that episode's going to turn out, but hopefully it turns out okay. But the main feature for this year is going to be the haunted Hartford City, Indiana. It's going to feature the Monroe House, Old Blackford County Jail, the Speakeasy, the Blind Tiger, Griffin's Blind Tiger Bar. Very, very, very anticipated video we're going to put out.
Christy said, wait, what day are you staying up all night?
If it's not done by Friday night, then Friday night. Rebecca can't wait to see the Madison episode, but all of them. Episode 1 and 2 is already out, Rebecca. If you go to YouTube, Interface Death, you will see episode 1 and 2 there. And 3 is going to be out this weekend, and the rest to follow. So that's all I have for you folks.
Hold on. Mothman made a comment.
Okay.
Jessica walks outside to see a whole street full of Justin's doppelgangers, each with their own podcast, with a million comments to read, written in the style of Dr. Seuss limericks.
Oh my gosh.
That would be your worst nightmare.
Yeah. And Val says we'll play a drinking game on the freestyle show. Just joking.
No
Go ahead.
No problem, Rebecca. No problem. Yeah, just if you want to watch episode 1 and 2, just go to YouTube. The link's in the description. And we do the rewinds of season 5 on RU Media on Mondays. I didn't do it today because I was editing, but there are archives on RU Media on Monday from season 5. Just throwing that out there. Thank you, 99 2:15 a.m. here. Oh my gosh. Well, let's wrap it up. Girls, you did a great job. Thanks again for helping me with the show.
We always do.
Couldn't do it without you. The only reason people watch is probably you guys anyways.
You feel sorry for us.
They just like you better. All right, guys. This was an awesome show. I love hanging out with you guys. I love hearing your ideas, your stories, your theories. It's cool to hang out with other people that are passionate about the paranormal. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for everything you do, all the support, everything. It means a lot. Here's some links. Interfacedeath.net. Interfacedeath.net. Okay? Lots of money gets sunk into this website. Lots of content. Everything under our umbrella can be found there. Check us out. If you're watching on YouTube, Justin Brown Paranormal Research is on Facebook. That's what we stream from this show from on this Facebook, and RU Media. Check out RU Media Network on Facebook as well, by the way. Interface Death is on Twitter. They're on Instagram. They're on Patreon. They're on YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube if you're Facebook people. Okay. PayPal is right there if you don't want to use Patreon, or if you want to do a donation to help this content stay and to get better. There's the PayPal. We're on Discord. We want to try to grow our Discord community. That's probably the best way to reach me. Social media is crazy for me, so if you want to ask me questions, interact with me, Discord's the best way to go. But Patreon is what makes this show possible. This is what makes our documentaries possible, everything. So extend your thanks to Clay Borman, Katie Turner, R.G. Murphy, Scotty Fox, Casey Schreiner, Jessica Bias, Paranormal Reporter, Heather Elliott, Joe Vitale, The Ghost Guild, Kelly McConkey, Tony Pelosi, Betty Cagley, Cherry Capital Shadow Seekers. They are what makes this content grow, and they make it what it is. If you guys like what you see, if you like our documentaries, you like what we're doing, you can help support that financially and get rewarded. Go to patreon.com/supportinterfacedeath to find out how. If you're on Facebook, you can join our ever-growing paranormal community at United Paranormal Society. Okay? We talk about everything paranormal. It's just not ghosts, UFOs, cryptids, everything. Okay? So send me a join request at UPS on Facebook. Be glad to have you. I'm going to leave it there. We love you guys. You're in our hearts. Next week on Necromancer, I'll go ahead and let you know what's going on there. Let's see here. See if we can figure this out. Ernie Atwell, Necromancer to 8 p.m. Eastern. And don't know what's going on. I think we're going to do the 2-hour freestyle live stream next Tuesday on Paranormal Soapbox. So looking forward to that. If you're new here, want to see some promos and some videos and episodes got coming up, some other shows and other projects that we promote. If you have an ad that you would like to promote on our shows, email me, Google Drive it to me. We'll put it up at the end of the show. We'll see you guys next time. Do you have that drive? That morbid curiosity to explore the darkness? Do you have what it takes to brave the night? You do? Good.
Dead light. For those who aren't afraid to see what lurks in the night.
like to see you. What the fuck was that?
Something I picked up prior on the photos that I seen, I keep seeing a badge. It feels like some kind of tightness in the chest. So it feels like he possibly could have passed away from heart or lung issues, but I don't know if he was an officer here or some kind of badge. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it, and it's just so overwhelming. It's just, it's a lot of.
Whoa. My camera just stopped. I just got a complete shutdown of my equipment.
My main story when I first started here, that's where I saw the mass, was in the basement doorway.
Showers in prisons feel weird. More happened in there than people getting clean.
Doesn't matter what floor you're on, what room you're in, you can get interaction. This is one of the most haunted locations that I've been to.
Just walk out of your cell. I'd like to see you. What the fuck was that?
This is Jason Bland, host of Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup, where we stream live as a webcast every Sunday night, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern, with guests who will blow your mind. Live ghost box sessions where you can call into the show to see if the spirits will talk to you, and the world wide web of weird with the latest in paranormal news and evidence. We're bringing the weird every Sunday night, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.
On Saturday, November 30th, take your journey into the supernatural into one of Ohio's most wicked jails. Built in 1889, the old Licking County Jail was home to its fair share of dangerous inmates, leading to 14 inmate deaths as well as 4 sheriffs. These violent deaths inevitably led to the closure of the jail in 1987. Join us for a night of history and an overnight ghost hunt you'll never forget. Your journey awaits.